Hi, everybody. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture, Ginger. Before we get to some of the pop culture stuff, we are living in a different time. A lot of people are losing their jobs. We got to stay prayed up. This too shall pass. Often, I share with you the stories. I'm a stroke survivor and what happened to me. And there was a time 4 years ago that I couldn't do this. People say, Patty, why do you write everything down? Because there was a time I couldn't walk. I could not write. I couldn't even write my name. I couldn't pick up money. And all I could think about was getting over it, getting over it, getting over it. And then I regained my life back. And I was so grateful. I was just so grateful for every opportunity that I could walk, even though it was with a limp, that I could write my name, that I could spell out Patty, which at one point was very hard. I think as we go through this pandemic, it's going to make us grateful. This is going to pass. It is. How are we going to be on the other side? I don't know. It's going to pass. But I think it's going to make us grateful. Grateful to do normal things. Getting the kids ready for school. Kids going to school. Going to work. I don't want to get emotional. It's hard. It really is. And I love to make you guys laugh. Let's give a shout out to those in the medical field, the first responders, to those who work in grocery stores or stores like you're on this side. I'm on the East Coast, Walmart and Target and places like that. For those who have to be at home, they have to work from home, and you got the kids and the spouse. Can you imagine what it's like to be in the house with somebody that you don't like? The person who's eating up all the snacks, we all know that person. But to be kind. I'm not going to cry because my lashes come off, and we're not doing that going into the weekend. U.S. tax has a new deadline, July 15th, everybody. Student loan payments being deferred for 60 days. And for those who are suffering from allergies, this is the first day of spring. Yes, it is the first day of spring. Don't give people the side eye because they may sneeze or their allergies are like driving them crazy, because allergies are a real thing. For most people, wherever you live, you may be told to stay inside. It is spring now. You can actually step outside, get some fresh air, go for a walk. A walk is good. If you're not into running and jogging, you like me, a nice walk will do your body good. Let's talk sports. Tom Brady signed a 2-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers worth $50 million. Head coach of the New Orleans Saints, he tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. The sports league, the NBA, which they shut down first, that was the first sport to say, we got to shut it down. They're finding things in a lot of these sports organizations. American Idol was suspended. They're afraid that they don't know how it's going to come back because they taped a lot of stuff. So if you're wondering, well, we're seeing episodes. Well, they've had to send all those contestants home. You got Katy Perry, who's pregnant. How is it going to be when American Idol is able to pick up and resume? Happy birthday, Spike Lee. One of the most acclaimed directors is celebrating a birthday today. Music from the weekend. People are saying that the project is nice. Also, John Legend releasing new music overnight. On Netflix, the Madam C.J. Walker story. I'm going to watch it this weekend and see how it is. Self-Made, Octavia Spencer, Blair Underwood, Tiffany Haddish, Bill Bellamy, Garrett Morris. It looks good. I'm going to check that out. Hulu, Little Fires Everywhere, so there are some good things. Congratulations, LaToya Luckett. She was with Destiny's Child. She's expecting baby number 2. Speaking of Destiny's Child, why somebody try to diss Beyonce's mom? She's debuting a new hairstyle and a bang, and somebody got smart with her. First off, got to respect your elders. She's 63 years old. Can't do that. And not because she's just Beyonce's mom. She's a woman of a certain age. She's somebody's mama, somebody's grandmother. Be respectful. Be respectful and be kind. The one thing about the internet, people will just talk trash and want to tell you. You know how many times people have told me, my nose is too big, my nose is too wide, and I was like, really? That's what you're getting? No. But it is. You got a lot of keyboard gangsters. If you saw them face to face, they would probably zip it up. What I love about Beyonce's Mom, see, let me tell you something. Older women, we do the clap back. I know some people are very surprised to try to get out of line, and they're like, oh, darn, she does read the comments. Yes, I do. Some I'll be like, but if you touch that nerve, you're getting snatched. You're getting snatched because you should be kind. If you don't like the channel, don't watch it. I don't care. But for those who do, we like to be here to tell you. I know a lot of times, most of the time when I come to you, I'm silly. I couldn't even bother Toya or Dexter today because they're busy doing other things. We're going to try all of that next week. But we try to keep you informed, different things that are happening. Now we got to mix in all this other stuff as we go through this pandemic. But one thing, we're going to get through this together. And we got to be compliant wherever you live. Maybe you're somewhere where they're just shutting down everything, or maybe you're somewhere where they're not. This is something that's affecting everybody in the world. It's not just a United States problem or a problem of where you live. All around the world, people are being affected. People's lives are being upended. They're losing jobs. Companies are getting bailed out. But what about the little workers? People got families to feed. It's a frightening thing if you keep thinking about, I'm going to feed my family. Anxiety and all that, it's real, but this is when you got to stay prayed up and you got to take faith over fear. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Is it frightening? Because we don't know when it's going to pass. How are our lives going to be when it does? Our lives will never be the same. Our lives have changed with this pandemic. It has. How will life be? Will those of us come out on the other side grateful? Grateful for the things that may have annoyed you, or grateful for the things that you may have complained about? I hope you all are able to have a good weekend. And we're going to come back with some stories. And yes, I can't wait until I can just come on back and just be my normal, silly self. Because I love to make people laugh and smile. And I'm appreciative. I really am. We've been doing this for over a year. And I'm appreciative for those who are like, hi, we're doing the social distancing. So wherever you are in the world, I thank you. I thank you a lot. I ain't crying. You ain't going to watch my lashes come off. I won't do that. I'm so appreciative, and I thank you. Choose faith over fear, everybody. It's a different time. It is a different time. If you can be kind to somebody, check on the elderly, those who live alone, those who may need a virtual hug. Like, we'll do this. Have a good weekend. A good weekend, everybody. It's a different time. Choose faith over fear. It's not cute not knowing. I'm going to have a ton of stuff for y'all on Monday. If you like the channel, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment. Yes, Auntie reads those comments. So keep it up. There will be a produced weekend edition. Thank you, Kyrie Tyrell. There will be a produced weekend edition, just talking about different things that are on the horizon, because you got to think Hollywood is at a standstill too, and there are many people, workers who work on movies and TV shows. They don't have jobs because everything has been shut down. So think about those who may not have. Be grateful for what you do. There's things you want, there's things that you need, and you really got to separate it. There's always going to be things that we want, but when you're grateful for what you have right now, this moment, I am so grateful that I get a chance that God can use me to reach out to so many people like I said. Have a great weekend. It's not cute not knowing. I'm Patty Jackson. Thanks for joining me.